We're rolling. I gotta look. I can't help it. I'm sorry. This is 6 seconds. Okay, 6 seconds. Checking on it. Daggone. Rolling, rolling, rolling. Rawhide. Every time you think rolling, 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 you think of rawhide. So, let me see if I got this on. I got mine. Making this thing, it's best if you just beat on it with a stick. Hey. Yeah, rawhide. Pay attention. Okay, we're gonna look here. Tom Dispatch, he's on here. He's got a lot to say. Exxon knew of climate change in 1981. I recorded all the ecology lectures at UNCG in 1970, I don't know, it must have been like 1976 at least. Back then, I knew it all. It was all evident. They were concerned about population, but they stopped being concerned about population once the Vatican told them, stop that. Don't talk about it. Vatican power is pretty big. They got a seat at the UN, you know. I think Disneyland ought to have a seat at the UN if the Vatican's got one, to tell you the truth. I got a lot of inspiration for Transcendia from Disneyland, Hong Kong, Pan Am. Those were the three inspirations for Transcendia. And then, see, because Transcendia was all about the idea that I really was working on how to save the world from apocalyptic riot, and I thought about moderating world economies through a system of airports, because I didn't feel like you could get a government of governments. Nobody's going to stand for that, trampling on the rights, the sovereign rights of nations, but a government in governments, small system of airports. And so when I get to be U.S. Senator, so the idea was do it non-violently, you know, and I tried to start a party. It was going to be Engineers and Talent Party is what I call it. But everybody misunderstood talent, didn't like it, so I was going to just call it Engineers Party. But really it's all Transcendia. And the only reason I'd be qualified as a working class guy, you know, from all this reading, was that it was focused reading. It was all about, you know, creating this nation. When I got done with creating the currency, I thought I was pretty much there. And that's why I issued the passports. So basically, I am running for senator, U.S. Senate, but I'm a citizen of the United States. I'm not going to renounce that. That's pretty much all you got. That's why, you know, you want to defeat corporatism. And that's why the TPP is so bad, because it's corporate. Corporations don't care about you. They're going to fire you. You got your national... I was talking about that, and then some Burundi, and this whole group of people born there, they don't want to give citizenship to. And there are a lot of Haitians down there, and in Dominican Republic, got the same problem. Haiti, you know, Haitians aren't as stupid as they really made out to be. It was France that was so vindictive towards them for gaining their freedom from them, and then used international law to take all the trees. That's how they got them paid off. That's what some of the story of Haiti is. Of course, Haiti did attack the DR like 2 or 3 times, so no wonder they're not necessarily great friends. But Exxon knew of climate change in 1981. No, they should have known it earlier than that. They weren't paying any attention. We all knew that. Gore knew it. I mean, he was going to school. He was going to. I used to audit classes. I don't think they let you audit. I just go when I felt like it. If I didn't have something else to do, and then I had a girlfriend going to college, so I'd, you know, hang around with her, pick a course. I was so codependent back then. I even took a course of microbiology as an elective. This is rich, Tom Dispatch says. This is rich. The evidence is now in, and the guys who ran ExxonMobil knew about the dangers of releasing carbon dioxide into the atmosphere. And we're making decisions based on an understanding of climate change as early as 1981. And they still spend money denying it. They're lying, you know. They know. That's why the Intendor dollar has got to happen, because as long as you see, it's a petrodollar deal Nixon gave them. We protect you against the Israelis, and we kind of lend our might to protect these oil fields over here, see? And you take our money, or you, well, I'm sorry, they do take our money, but they only take our, they made a deal so that they only took U.S. dollar. You got to think about that then. Intendor dollar buttressed further by a British study. It's kind of older. I put it on I found it. It was on Twitter the other night, and I came across it. It was listed human capital and what human capital amounted to, and so it was real good for me because it backed up the idea of the Intendor dollar. I was saying that if I hadn't invented the Intendor dollar before I read the, if I hadn't invented it before I read the half has never been told, I should have invented it afterwards for sure. CSA was based on human capital. It was just the way, it was just mortgages and deeds on slaves that they were gambling with and pushing up in an unrealistic manner. Kate Comtois and Kimberly Rowe and three others. For anyone who still thinks global warming is a myth, this is what beautiful British Columbia looks like today. Holy shit. It's burning orange. Oh man. There's some pretty country in Canada. Stanley Kubrick, your entertainment for today. And it's to James, or Dear James. This is from Stanley Kubrick. He's one of just the very, very best. I mean, The Shining. I heard that they had gone, Stephen King complained about The Shining. No way. I mean, that was great the way he did The Shining. Cut out right parts and everything. Of course, Zeffirelli did the same thing with Shakespeare's Romeo and Juliet. When he did Romeo and Juliet, Zeffirelli did a fantastic job, but it couldn't withstand the two sword fights. So he made it one. It was great. Great movie. Romeo and Juliet ought to be done with a Muslim and a Jew now. I don't know why Hollywood fails us so badly, but it does. Dear James, it has come to my attention that you and your studio are considering producing a sequel to 2001: A Space Odyssey. Over my objections, my attorney informs me that you hold the option and legally there is little I can do to stop you. However, I'd like you to know that I own the taper bone prop from 2001. The one moon catcher throws into the sky. If you attempt to make a sequel, I will cram that femur up your ass so far it will take an as yet undiscovered alien superintelligence to figure out how to dislodge it. Seriously, don't fuck with me. Best regards, Stanley. Gun-shaped mobile phone cases should be avoided, says law officials. Oh boy. Yeah, you don't ever want to mess around with guns. I really do think it's best to hide a gun. Some people see a gun on you, they just, you know, they want to pick a fight. Then they try and buy it. I know. I had a 22 semi-automatic. I love that gun. If I sold it, I was broke. Sorry. The guy's wife, who I sold it to, she was just furious. Anyway, I needed the money. I couldn't care about his wife too much. I had my own problems. Yesterday, Jeb Bush offered his boldest solution yet for the economy. I was living in a hotel. The whores were nice. They made us bean soup one night. They did a good job. They'd cook any way they could. They were sweet. Yesterday, Jeb Bush offered his boldest solution yet for the economy. In an interview with a New Hampshire union leader, he said a way to get 4% growth is people need to work longer hours. What an asshole. As a matter of fact, most Americans are already working long hours. The average work week for salaried workers is 47 hours. Hourly workers are putting in even more time. Contract workers, freelancers, and temp workers are working longer hours than ever before. Most part-time workers are doing more than one part-time job. If you go to one job, you got one job and you do it well, especially like anything like construction, you do more than one job, it's killing you. I mean, I was wore out 57. I started getting sick though, but I mean, hard work. I did a lot of really, being a grip electric, swimming around in wave pool. One of the guys got the business manager, proud man, strong, brave. Bill Daves, he got wore out in the water. I swear to God, I don't know who else talked to him, but I talked to him and said, you know, take it easy. That was a great job for International. It was Industrial Light Magic, one of the better jobs I did in North Carolina. We had the weather and the wave pool, but it was still cold. We had to get in warm-up pools. I like doing different jobs. They say the English didn't like the Irish because they didn't like routine. Problem for most Americans isn't work hours, it's wages. And that's the truth. 30 years, and I used to love working in the airport. I couldn't do it. I loved it. I really did, walking around in circles. But I did writing for a movie or TV. I got screwed big time like that. It was like something out of Fool's Die. I gotta wrap this show up here real quick. Run out of time. Randy Pelosi's been doing. He's just got a magazine going like Tom Maxwell did for a while. I don't expect Tom to do so much once he gets to New Orleans.